Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today, it's another festival day and this time it's Mastermind. So the deck is already pre-built and... Okay, but what is the Mastermind format? So, the Mastermind format, we start out with a deck, no lands. Instead what happens is... You can discard a card from your hand to create a colorless land token. So, this Abundant Falls token, we can discard a card to create that if a land has not entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Now, since the decks don't have any lands at all, this is literally the only way to get a land. And I should inspect the event deck. There's only one. The interesting twist here is that this is really more of a party Mastermind. All the creatures will have a party type. Like, we have rogues, more rogues, wizards, clerics, warriors. All of them will have a particular party type. No exceptions. So certain creatures we're not gonna see. Certain creatures we will see quite a bit. Also, it seems to be fixed around a certain way. Like, for example, I don't see a Robber of the Rich here. Probably might be too busted. So they probably balanced it out as well. So it's not as super powerful as we expect. That said, we are gonna get quite a few interesting cards from the mix here. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. So we're gonna see if we can get 5 wins. This one is very, very... It's not purely random. It's probably not as bad as Momir in terms of randomness. We do have a semblance of control based on the cards that we have in hand. Like, the cards that we won't be able to use, we actually want a good number of them because we want to be able to pass them off. At the same time, it means we don't want to play certain cards too much. Like, for example, this one I'm willing to... This one's a very sideboard card, so I definitely want to use this to make a land. So I kind of want to hold off onto the Aspirant and the Commander. I probably will ditch the Seagate Banneret next turn. So I also want to have the option to drop Scorching Dragonfire. So that's another thing. Opponent ditches Jungle Delver. We got the Thieves Guild Enforcer, which is semi-relevant, but since we got 2 rogues, I will ditch the Seagate Banneret. Drop Luminarch Aspirant. Get ourselves a creature that keeps growing. Unless our opponent is... There's plenty of removal here, so I'm expecting a removal spell to drop here. That's probably something... But if our opponent doesn't have a removal spell or tries to drop a creature and you can Scorching Dragonfire in response, we can kind of run away with this. Also, interesting, because some cards are going to be discarded, Thieves Guild Enforcer is going to get quite big, so I'm probably gonna just ditch the Blight Blade. I want to run into Squad Commander if possible. So I will have to make decisions eventually. I also want to drop Catar's Crusade if possible. I want the Wizard. Looks like our opponent... Okay, that was a fast concede. Now I had to decide between Scar Mage or Blight Blade, but I was probably gonna just drop the Blight Blade, Scorching Dragonfire that creature, so it eliminates that advantage. Then just start swinging from there. So that was a fast win. Not much to worry about there, I'd say. So we're gonna keep going. See if indeed we can achieve that sort of greatness. Wow. Okay. So this is really more of a party Mastermind deck. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Opponent does get the start off. So we're gonna be on the lookout for cards that, like, for example, Adlis Cinderwind, but we have 2 wizards. But this only triggers off instants and sorceries, so I might still... Now, this one deals damage, so I probably want to hold on to this, equal to the number of creatures in our party. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, so with that in mind... Troll Frog Warrior, this is also a warrior. we have rogues. We have a rogue here. It's a rogue that much rather cast. So let's bin the Slither Blade. We're not gonna cast the Grim Initiate because that's more like, depending on our next card, this is more likely the one that I do want to drop. Opponent bins Nimble Trap Finder. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Our opponent's definitely gonna. So, if you have a full party, okay, we're probably gonna be taking 2 damage from time to time. So next turn we go Adulis. Slightly awkward because this will, well, actually it depends. Ooh, Vala. So we're not so we're gonna take 2. Adulis is gonna be awkward. Clarion is not awkward. I might have no choice but to cast that. So what do we bin instead? Probably bin Adulis because we do have a Woos. Yeah, just choose both. That doesn't really matter. Oh wait. Forces it out of the way at least. So at least we got that out of the way. Next turn. Yeah, commit to memory might be relevant, probably not. I might just bin this Demonic Pack. Okay, I might just bin the Spark Mage to exile this one. Okay, so taking a bit more damage. I could also just bin the commit. The memory path might be more useful. Yeah, I'm actually gonna bin this Scourger. So this preserves some of our resources. So let's see. Next, Victory's Envoy. I will auto trade. If our opponent has a combat trick, that's fine too. Opponent bins Tolarian Scholar, drops Turn Timber Ascetic. Agonizing Siphon, won't snipe that. We're gonna bin the commit. I'll just drop the Trollbred Guardian. It's big enough. Our opponent might end up just casting the finish half just to take this out, which can't be helped. I could just bin. Is this instant? No, it's sorcery speed. Opponent is willing to give it up. Because probably doesn't have a combat trick either, so I have no idea what our opponent's building up to. Okay, take 2 damage, that's fine. Ping that one. Oh, nice. Actually had the village rights. Okay, that one's annoying, but can't be helped. Opponent cast Vizier. He might want to bin a land to start the finish live. Yeah, bins a land. Casting Growing Rights of Itlamok to get another card. Okay. So we're kind of playing from behind at this point. I can play Spark Mage just to... I can play the Spark Mage just to snipe the Trap Finder. Oh, okay. So... Now I don't like the memory part because okay, expedition. So as long as you control another wizard. Wait a minute. Oh, it always has flying. So the giant growth not so great in this scenario. I'm expecting our opponent's just gonna cast this take this out. Cartouche of knowledge, prowess, okay. Draws a card as well, so we need to have a way to take this out or else. Auto block. Surprised our opponent just gave it up like that. So I get to put the +1/+1 counter here. Unless our opponent gonna just. Okay, I think our opponent missequenced that. They whiffed not the sequence on that one. So since we're the only one with creatures on board, I'm gonna take advantage of that and just keep punching. So this giant growth probably let's see if our opponent has removed. It might be relevant just to save a creature. Sky. Okay, so we have to kind of rush our opponent. I'll probably offer the trade and swing also. Okay, it doesn't have enough mana, so okay, punching through. Not sure if we're gonna survive through this. We do have the option to cast memory, bin a card to get, then we'll go up to 8 mana, then 2 mana left. Oh, opponent concedes from there. Okay, so we had control of the board at that point. Whew, I did not expect to win that one. I thought I was going to lose that one. It was, yeah, I would say it was very close. And let's keep going, see how well we do. What's he? You okay over there? Yeah. He's just on my chihuahua's just on the bed, lying down. Yeah, I probably should change my bed sheets right after, only because it's been a while. So we get to start. Okay, spells that we're so unlikely to cast, we will bin. Now the question is, no, I'm actually gonna pass on this. Because, okay, the Moldervine Reclamation's actually good, but not this early. I would rather have drawn this later. Be more likely to cast Spoils of Adventure. Talarian Archmage is actually good, so I'm actually gonna bin the Archpriest. No, we don't have other ways of drawing. Well, we do have a way to draw extra cards. So, not sure if I actually want to cast the Fairy Van Pack Beast. Actually, sure. I want to cast a Vandal. Gets us something on board. Seagate Banneret. I want to bin that. So, I have the option to say drop Baron, bounce. Actually, that's not so bad. Actually, I'm gonna hold on to that for now. We have start to finish. It's actually very good. So I'm gonna actually take advantage of that. Opponent. I'm probably gonna drop the Reclamation next turn. I don't know if there are any counter spells for me to worry about, and at least if something happens to the start, I will get finish as an option. Or I can even just bin the Reclam... Ooh, Citizen Champion. Okay, so this is a warrior. This is also a warrior. Cast that first so I get the extra card. Ooh, nice choices here. So we have 4 mana, so I need to consider next in Imminent Doom. So whenever you cast a spell, okay, snipes the token. So our opponent's gonna go for that play. As far as removal is concerned, we don't have that much. I'm probably gonna bin the Basri Solidarity. We have Finish as an option, so Prowess and a Flick. This is sorcery speed though. Gonna bounce the Citizen Champion, reset that. I could also just reset the Imminent Doom. So next turn we get to do Tidebearer Giant. So I might actually bin the Guardian or the Blight Blade. I probably bin the Guardian because I do want to have the option to Blight Blade finish. Opponent not casting anything, so we're gonna follow our opponent's lead, bin the Goblin Wizardry, cast the Tidebearer Giant, ooh, nice Micaeus. So I will swing with these two. Yeah, let's swing with these two. This is a... We actually have the... No, we don't have a complete party. We're missing Cleric. I figured we have that one. The only difference is because of a Flick, we still get the 2 damage through, so it's fine. Next turn, I have to decide between... I probably want to just cast... I might actually just bin the Trollbred Guardian at this point. Opponents, yeah, a lot of utility cards. We might end up losing the Giant or the Fairy Vandal. Opponent needs to cast a 2, so it's more trig. Okay, we lose the Fairy Vandal. X is the number of creatures in your party. This is we got Wizard, Warrior. Okay, let's drop the Rogue. Discard the card, make a... Just to get some extra damage through. And we get to... Yeah, opponent concedes right there. Basically, that was a blowout trick. I would have had the choice between Finish and Linvala at that point. So far, so good. Though, again, there is a bit of a random element there. Like, if you notice, our opponent was binning a lot of cards that were not exactly contributing much, so that was an issue. But we're gonna keep going. It's just, we got like 3 more wins to go. I'm confident we can hit it. Whether we can hit it within a reasonable time is another story. As far as standards going, I'm still a bit of ups and downs. I might migrate to a more regular list. So definitely want to keep this. So what is the most... Okay, Basri Solidarity is the... So basically you want to bin situational cards first. Setessan Champion I would like, but I'm more likely to just play Immolator into... I would rather save Neheb, so maybe Immolator into Larcenist, because at least this has the potential to draw some stuff. I could also bin the Cleric because... on the bright... But then again, this one's actually quite good. If you tap your mana, if you pre-tap your mana, you can... This is actually a very big creature. So I want... But I do want to support Larcenist. Okay, Trickster is okay too. We don't have much in the way of enchantments, so I'm actually going to bin the Setessan Champion. Now, I'm not going to play the Heartfire Immolator immediately because... Okay, Saves Guild Enforcer. 2 cards that I'm not really concerned that I don't really have any feelings for. Our opponent could have an original or initial rogue setup. Yeah, usually there's a lot of thinking going on because you want to play as all your cards, but you have to make some decisions like Champion of Lamphold. Opponent probably has a really good 3-drop if So I'm actually gonna just play the Merfolk Trickster now. Opponent might still have no combat trick, so we actually caught them by surprise. Now, opponent could still have a kill spell, but it might just be sorcery speed, so it would be slightly awkward that way. So yeah, Blood Burglar. Okay, not too much. I like the Conclave Mentor. We have some support with the Spring Mantle Cleric. Too many clerics though. I might... There's also the option for me to bin the Larcenist. Okay, let's bin the Larcenist. Let's play the Heartfire Immolator. At least this becomes a removal magnet. We don't have any instants and we don't have any non-creature spells right now, so this is looking like a 2 damage spell on the board. I'm most likely to just bin the Conclave Mentor next turn. So far, we've been playing a lot of cards compared to our opponents, so that might be an issue. We do have the board presence, but our opponent doesn't. But the opponent's starting to drop their big stuff. Usually, you want to drop your big stuff early, so maybe the Heb's not such a great idea. I'll probably bin this guy next turn. Depends. If our next spell is very situational, Nocturnal Feeder. Okay, Honor-Craft Captain. So I'm gonna sack that's a wizard anyway. Actually, we'll bin the Conclave Mentor. I'll just swing with both because if our opponent just blocks with this, it's virtually the same. If our opponent chooses not to block, then we actually still have a board presence. Then next turn we're gonna go for the Spring Mantle Cleric. It's what's this? 5 token. So this is 7/8. Ooh. So but we're gonna have to pre-tap our mana. Opponent bins a Windstrider. Yeah, this format you really need to have a good amount of experience. You can't... more of playing to the board that you have, playing to the cards that you have. If we get hit by a discard spell, I'm really gonna cry, but at least we have the board presence, so to speak. What does Honor-Craft Captain do? Oh, okay. Other attacking creatures get +1. So all of them get to punch above their. All of them get to punch through the trainee. Okay, we'll take the hit. Yeah, we'll take the hit for now. There's a Tabor. Okay, we're gonna bin den ahead. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't trust the auto tapper here. Opponent needs to decide to block. Blocking the Honored Crop Cap. That's fine, I guess. So next turn we get to play Taborax unless I get drawn to something better. So far we've been doing all this at 5 mana. It's not like our opponent's drops were bad. Okay, like Talarian Scholar, I probably would not have been the Champion of Lambhold. I would have probably been the Ravager Windstrider first. It really questions, what are the other cards in my opponent's hand that let's see, the board presence they played was literally just a Nocturne. Well, they did play the Thieves Guild Enforcer also. That one I just happened to ambush with this one. So they played 3 creatures. Trickster, Feeder... No, Trickster, Blood Burglar. How did? Oh yeah, I sniped the Blood Burglar with a Blood Chiefsters. Okay. Opponent did not have the removal for the 7/8. So it's about if we can out-tempo our opponent. Like when we were playing threats, our opponent did not have anything for them, so they just kept building up board presence. Okay. Okay. 4 wins so far. Let's keep going. Two more wins. Let's go. I'm actually quite surprised. Well, don't be surprised if you will lose a game here or there. I'm actually expecting to lose some games. Because I'm also note that we don't exactly have mulligans here, so like if you're stuck with all your cards being top end, you are in real trouble. Okay, so again, so first things first, cards that are very situational or very expensive. So I'm probably gonna bin the Trollbred Guardian first. Now I need to decide if I want to play the Thieves Guild Enforcer or I want to just bin it, because sure I can get more rogues with the Outlaw's Merriment, but I might be better off just binning this one, casting a Cliffhaven Sellsword next turn. It'll depend on what our opponent's next play is. Opponent bins Pitiless Vizier, drops a Cliffhaven Sellsword, so this actually might be value. Okay, against all other instincts, I'm gonna play this now because at least this trades. Okay, super situational cards like Fire Emancipation, they have to go. I can Banefire for 1. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just cast the Sellsword first, offer the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Let's see if our opponent decides. Yeah, usually they won't. So next turn we can drop a Vizier of Deferment and then Basri's Acolyte for extra bonus. So I'm probably gonna bin Broken Wings unless our opponent has other shenanigans. I might also, if I have to remove something with Banefire, I might end up binning the Vizier of Deferment instead. Ardent Electromancer gets 2 mana, so opponent gets to start unloading a few cards. Wizard's Lightning. Okay, we're gonna take 3. Opponent has 6 cards in the yard. Let's make our opponent block. We get to drop the Vizier of Deferment. we get to flicker our own Thieves Guild Enforcer. It comes back, and now we get the 3/2 blocker. I might... No, I'd been the Grim Initiate, so... Okay, 1, 2, 3... I've been 3 cards. Just need to make sure I've been playing all my mana out. So I need to decide next turn. Outlaw's Merriment or Basri's Acolyte. The Acolyte is looking nicer right now, though. Opponent bins the super expensive Hamlet of Acolyte. Some of the cards are there just literally to be super expensive. I might just play the Basri's. Okay, Treacherous Blessing. That actually helps us draw cards, so I'm actually gonna bin the Emblem. 2 other. Opponent signaling they have an instant response. I'm gonna make him go. I'm gonna just swing, make him go for it. So we're gonna be taking quite a bit of damage here. Opponent makes us take this out instead, so that's actually fine. So next turn, we probably play the Treacherous Blessing. Bins the Glorious Anthem. Spoils of Adventure. Ooh, they just reloaded, so we are in trouble now. I might want to save the Banefire for something bigger. Okay, there's a Pitiless Vizier. No, we're binning this one. We'll drop the Basri's Acolyte first. At least the lifelink, I'm willing to trade these two, although it's a very poor trade. I might have to play the Treacherous Blessing, although our life total is very precarious. Opponent has the Heartless Act. I might just Banefire for 1. Especially if our opponent's not doing anything. We'll swing first. Drop the Treacherous Blessing. We need to reload. Although every spell we play is going to be super painful from this point on. At least we have a very poor counterspell. Let's hope our opponent casts a 5-mana counterspell. We can at least cast this just to reload. In fact, I can cast this first. So opponent has 7 mana. Oh, it's exact! Oh, it's exact! I did not expect that. Okay. We'll play this as a... Okay, reload. I want the Blood Burglar, so we're actually gonna bin the Skulker. In fact, I want to just cancel for now. We'll swing first. This is a bit risky. This means anything can remove it, but I'm taking the risk that I should be able to put some more creatures, then mass pump the board. But yeah, Rando counterspell countering Ajani. Okay, at least Cinder wins, so that's 2 power. We might be... Grim Initiate. We might be... I think... Okay, opponent's going for the punch. We don't have a full party. Like this, just have another rogue. Does our opponent has a removal spell? Okay, that's fine. You got a deafening clarion, so... I'm gonna play the Blood Burglar. Pumps everything. That's just to reset my life total slightly. Okay, we'll pass the turn. So opponent's down to 1 card. So again, we have to be very careful because of this Treacherous Blessing. We have to do a lot of math here. Our only saving grace is the Blood Burglar has lifelink. So 4. So he can't cast. You have to swing. Yeah, I can't cast this. We might still be dead anyway because of Treacherous Blessing. If the next card's a creature, we might still be alive. Barely. The thing is, we can't really cast spells. Like, our opponent could... It really depends what this card is. We're both living off the skin of our teeth right now. If our opponent holds back, that's actually good for us because that means our opponent doesn't have the extra... Opponent has the extra creep. Oh, wow, wait. At the beginning of your upkeep, since our opponent... Okay, so since this is very dangerous, I'm gonna just end the turn here. Because our opponent probably does the first move. I want to have the option to be able to cast something later. Our opponent... Yeah, any target deals it to this one, that's fine. So I get to... Okay, if I have an artifact or enchantment, so this actually benefits on attack. Seagate Stormcaller with a kicker that does nothing. So I need to decide if I want to feed the swarm, take this. Actually do. Oh wait, cancel. It's an opponent control, so I can't get rid of this. I can't get rid of this either because it's too expensive. I can get rid of this. We're gonna pass. Opponent draws 2 cards. So opponent has a lot of gas now. We're so close. This is a very good game, I have to say. Opponent didn't go Nocturnal Feeder, so don't want to kill that. 5/5, that's a problem. Probably just trade these. So my literal goal is to just survive 2 turns Okay, gonna pass. If our opponent gets a pump effect later, that I probably could just play this as a land. Now we have to see if our opponent can win or not. Or if our opponent has to wait to get rid of this, I'd be so annoyed, but it is what it is. Creature. And yeah, we won because well, both of us had the enchantments that were going to kill us eventually. So that was a very tight game. We both almost died to our enchantments. We just got lucky that I wouldn't say got lucky, but more like it was set up in a way that we were not dead to the demonic Pack's first trigger. Okay, one more win. Let's see if we can get it now or if we finally hit our first loss. I'm gonna still keep going. I know getting a win is very probable. We just have to. Yeah, it's really a matchup of how you value your cards in the scenario. So, okay, there's a disenchant. Super. Both of these are super. Oh wow, this is probably the one. This is probably the hand where we're probably gonna lose because we don't have any action till turn 3. I might have to. I'm gonna bin the Solidarity because I might actually need to cast Disenchant based on the scenario. So not a great hand for us. So we want to Solidarity, Blight Priest, Visionary. This is pretty much my 2-3-4. So the Primal Epiphany is great, but unless our situation improves where we can stick a creature and our opponent doesn't, we probably will end up binning this. The Disenchant also very situational. Our opponent timing out, that is okay. Looks like a bad disconnect. You know it's gonna be so awkward. Okay, opponent finally makes a play. Okay, we do have another turn 3 play, so we at least have options. So yeah, having no turn 2 play helps. Does not help. So what's our ways of gaining life? We don't exactly have ways of gaining life, so this does have flash, so it's something. So I need to opponent bins the Darkfleet Ravager, Impassioned Orator. Oh, they're the ones who have the way to gain life. Okay. It's powerful enough that I want to keep it. I'm gonna pass. Then again, in hindsight, I probably should have just binned this one because there's the random odds that this was probably gonna be more useful. I was still thinking in my head if I wanted to cast Grim Initiate or not. Definitely don't want to cast this at this point. Any Color's Accomplice. Okay, not too bad. So we hit the Deadly Alliance, so I want to play the Blight Priest because it gives us a creature with a higher power. Next turn, I want to play Visionary. I'll save the Epiphany for much later. So Cleric, Wizard, Robe. We have ways to bring this down. So given that we have 2 ways of drawing cards, and this one is not so guaranteed, I might just bin the Primal Epiphany. I'll be taking 4 damage. Oh wow, I'm gonna be... Yeah, I'll have to take the 4 damage. I might have to just kill this now. There's no way around it, so... Probably want to just bin the Cartouche. So I probably just end up... I'm probably gonna just trade this for the Orator. Or I trade it for the Electromancer. Then next turn, drop Bind Epiphany, drop Visionary. Opponent has quite a few cards, so cards like Skitter Sneak are actually going to be better. Yeah, the trades are not looking great. Opponent not casting cards also scares me too. Probably has a removal spell, that would be why. Nope. So we can go 6 and do the Tidebearer Giant. I'm probably gonna bin the Seagate Storm. If our opponent swings, I chase Arcane Strategist. Whichever one he puts the counter on is gonna get binned. That actually does not make sense. The block was very obvious already. Yeah, Hunter's Edge. We're gonna save that for late. Converted mana cost 2 or less. Okay, so we'll save that for later. This is creatures you control can't be blocked. Okay. So Expedition Skulker, not so great. The Vizier of Deferment, maybe. We get to Hunter's Edge. Whatever creature they still have on board. Also, our opponent's not exactly dropping cards. Oh, well, they're now drawing tons of cards now. We need to take out the Jace, or else that's gonna... Heartfire bins the Immolator. Going for a... Okay, so opponent's gonna make me decide if I... No, I have to take the damage. Okay, slightly awkward, but I have to make him draw the card and put the counter on first. Now, if he has a counter spell, then that well played. I can't do anything about that. Okay. I definitely want him to play the +2. Grim Initiate's fine. Oh, that actually on up to 1 target creature. Okay, pass. Undo all that hard work. Okay. Oh. Okay, the aesthetic's actually great here because that gains us life. We kind of need it right now, so we're gonna play that. I'm actually gonna bin the Angel Heart Protector. Let's see how our opponent blocks. Opponent's gonna decide which one to keep alive. Get the huge snipe. Whew. Okay, we're not close to winning yet, but we managed to survive 1 Planeswalker, and well, okay. So I definitely want to play the Skitter Sneak unless I draw into something better. You know what? I haven't even drawn into a single Planeswalker. I'm feeling left out, guys. Also, let's see how many card draw spells is there? Divination. Okay, he binded this, but now he has the Moldervine Rex, so he does want his creatures to die. Haven Eternal. Okay, that's an issue too. We got Cartouche Solidarity, which is... it's actually not so bad because it allows me to swing with the Vizier of Deferment also. Opponent's gonna end up gaining 2 life and drawing 2 cards. Okay, he's... oh, he actually let all of those guys die. Well, I guess you do draw cards from all that. But that's another Planeswalker down. But now I still have to be concerned over this one Haven Eternal. Let's see if I can actually keep punching the board, but it's not looking so great for us. Also, our opponent has a fistful of cards. Could mean anything. So we're looking for a flyer or a removal spell or something. Hour of Devastation. That's fine because it gets rid of the one threat I could not handle. Opponent bins the Demonic Pack. Makes it dead. Okay, gets rid of the entire board. So our opponent has stuff I don't. Yeah. Don't know how relevant this shock's gonna be, but it's probably more relevant than mana number 9. Okay. Fiery Emancipation. So we are in the world of hurt now. Linvala. What's this? Source you control. So unless I can draw an actual kill spell, we are dead. Can't be helped. That's the situation we're in. Our opponent can just sack this in response too, so... yuck. That's good. So yeah, so we finally got our first loss. Opponent did draw the last few... yeah, the Hour of Devastation was devastating. And us having to spend so much time on the 2 Planeswalkers. Also, we did not have an early start, so that was an issue as well. We're gonna keep going at this. We are just 1 win away. It's not too bad. Yeah, just having some cucumber for dinner as well. Try to... in a way, yeah. Especially in these times, actually being more cognizant of what you eat is important. Okay, this is very skill testing. I might actually just bin Basri's Acolyte first. Because the Bubble Snare is still useful. Okay, skills. Okay, we're gonna go rogues. So the turn 2 Blackguard is interesting, but I don't know how well it will last. Cargan Intimidator. Okay, Envoy's a bit expensive for what we're trying to do. So I need to decide if I want to... actually, no real rush. I'm going to actually just pacify the Intimidator. It doesn't help us in the sense that it still counts as a warrior on board. It does have the ability that target creature becomes a coward, so it actually... oh wait, no, it's just creature with a +1/+1 counter. Oh, it just bounces it back. Okay. Okay, that actually helped our opponent a bit. Okay, solid. Actually, there's an alternate plan. No, let's keep it simple now. We'll play the Blackguard first. I want to keep the rogue, so yeah, we'll bin the Solidarity. If our opponent has a removal spell, it's yeah, it's quite sad. Nothing we can really do about it. Take. It'll also be concerning if our opponent stops making land drops. Bins the Pyromancer. Oh, it's not a creature spell. Okay, so we whiffed on that one. I actually forgot about that. So based on that, yeah, let's bin this one. Probably should have played this out first. At least we'd have a slightly larger creature to deal with. How many cards in our opponent's life? 4. Yeah, I think I'm making mistakes already. So next turn I will have the option for Stormkin Binding or Skitter Sneak. Or just plain Skitter Sneak. Depends what our opponent drops. Drops the Shatterskull Minotaur. We'll take the big hit. We're gonna just bind. I guess we bind this one. Okay, bins that for the land. Okay. This is a no. It's flying in haste. Now we're gonna see if we can actually race or not. I sincerely doubt it. Opponent still has a full grip. This only shuffles the graveyard, so if our opponent starts dropping certain rogues, it might actually be relevant. And I kind of want to do it before letting this one get killed. It does nuke our Skitter Sneak though, so if I have a reason not to cast something else instead of this, so be it. Okay, that's a big one. Okay, we're way behind at this point. We take 3, they take 4. They will win the race unless I can deal with this one. Or if they deal with one of mine. And the lifelink to go with. Lifelink to boot, wow. Definite Clarion. Okay. Bins the Visionary, so we got commit. And actually no, I don't want to shuffle because you know what, let's go for it anyway. I'm only gonna do this because, well, I don't feel like I'm going to win this one anyway, so might as well just win it. And then pass the big Ajani, starts gaining life. The only nice thing is that this guy does nothing by himself. It's a big removal sink though, so that's a problem. Yeah, unless we hit actual removal, we are. Yeah, that was a bad gamble. I think I was better off casting memory instead of the
I will not give up the fight.
Yeah, the return to nature does nothing. This does nothing. Yeah, this is a good game. We'll be way behind at this point, and our opponent could just keep removing our stuff. Yeah, so that survive half. Maybe good if our opponent had a bunch of rogues. Yeah, that deafening clarion was really clutch. So we're still looking for our last win. We still have quite a bit of time. Yeah, final. I figured it's bound to happen. You're not going to get. It's really a miracle if you hit 6 wins straight. The inability to mulligan is a thing, but I guess it's correct because people will be willing to go for power hands if they could. So you don't okay, definitely don't want to cast this early, but I don't want to dismiss it either. Yeah, and this one's target opponent sacrifices, so we don't get that benefit. Okay, we bin the bubble snare. It's slightly rando. We might be able to draw a card as a result. So, but I guess in long run I should win this. Okay, I do want this spy. So, as bad as it sounds, I might have to just bin. Just have a flyer on board. We're probably not going to really benefit from it. I still want to keep the Chilling Trap as an option after our opponent decimated our hand quite a bit. It's going to take quite a lot of mana to get this one to start flying up, but it's still something, I guess. Bins the dual caster mage. Again with the Clarion. Ay ay ay. Opponent bins the disenchant. We're actually very behind now. Our opponent's Stonehaven Pilgrim. Okay, maybe not so much. I'm actually gonna hold on this one for now, because I'm not so sure if which of these two I more likely want to cast. Victor's Envoy. Tap. Can't be blocked. Draw. Just to start drawing cards. Okay, we got Blight Priest that I guess we can kind of mini combo, but and on each other creature. So this never grows, but this will always grow. Feat of Resistance, actually putting a +1/+1 counter means there's a that if our opponent doesn't have flyers, I could just cast Feat of Resistance on this. Just to punch through. I can Blade Juggler. Needing to draw cards. Opponent's not gonna swing here, so if I randomly draw Basri's Solidarity, this is gonna be very interesting. Nope, I did draw Blood Chief's Thirst, which let's see what our next card is. Adelis, the Cinder Wind. I'm actually gonna bid the Farika's Libation. Hold up Feat of Resistance. Like, if I can protect this one with the feet, then I can just skate. And if our opponent doesn't get any flyers, I can just adapt the Skate Wing Spine next turn, just swing that way. Really depends what our opponent has. Ardent Electromancer. Building the board, has 6 mana. The alternate plan I can do is... okay. I can take... alternate plan I can do is, I'm sure our opponent's gonna swing, so I might actually just make the turn Timber Ascetic fly instead. And that's a black card. And so now we have 6, 7, 8 damage. I can even cast this to go 9, 10. Neb Eternal. Okay, let's... I could have... oh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I could have won. Oh wait, not really. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I couldn't have. What's this? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, put +1/+1. Okay, let's cast that. Well, our opponent already used the Deafening Clarion, so I'm not concerned about that anymore. Yeah, we finally... well, not too soon. Kabir Outrider. That's 14 damage. Opponent has 1 card left. We'll take... oh, is there a double strike card? Feral. Okay, no, it's just Feral Invocation. No, that's it. Yeah, yeah, for a moment, I think I was afraid I whiffed. I'm going to double check if there's an Embercleave in this set. Yeah, let's double check that one, because that might have been a big whiff. If let's see, the top end, was there an Embercleave? Or anything with that? There was an Embercleave. Okay, so we dodged that one. I'm pretty sure there might be yeah, there was an Embercleave. Okay. Anything else we could have been concerned about? Kind of hard to check from here. No way to actually search, but yeah, actually, if it was an Embercleave, I don't think we would have survived anyway, so that really didn't matter. But there we go. We got our 6 wins. And how can I say about Mastermind? It's actually I actually appreciate it as a nice format. I actually like it better than Momir. Momir is more fun as a palette cleanser, but this one strikes the best balance. I like the party style mechanics, so it's not always just greatest hits in terms of creatures. So a little more thought has to come along the way, and spells like these get better because of it. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, I hope you guys have enjoyed the rest of your week. I'll see you in the coming days. Good luck, stay safe, have a great week, everyone. Take care.